Okay, coming to we have an app.js. This will do this much of part, वो हमारे फीचर्स हैंडल करेगी। और जो नोड स्ट्रक्चर है इसके लिए हमें एक एक्स्ट्रा फाइल लगेगी जिसका नाम हम रखते हैं nodes.js. Pretty simple, neat. So here first of all, while creating a node we need a JSON file. So for that JSON file, we will if there is no JSON file with the specified name, we will either create or else we will read it. So for that purpose, of course we are doing something with the file system. We need the file system. Require fs, we need to store it somewhere, const fs equals. Okay, so let's make a function. And instead of going like this kind of way, we'll go for this approach, creating a variable out of a function, that is load nodes. Okay, it doesn't need any argument, so argument list can be empty. Moving ahead, we need to check if file exists. For that, if fs dot, let's check the API, that how to see if some file exists or not. API node, type error. Anyways, रीड फाइल पे देखते हैं। रीड पे अगर उस कुछ शायद आ जाएगा रिस्पॉन्स जिससे हमें पता चल जाए। read file we are looking for, again type, so we have a callback here, like ये read file read करने गया, error आया तो एक callback, नहीं तो दूसरा। Okay, so we have two arguments, error and data, depending upon that. Let's use the callback one here, that will be much easier to go for. Yes, so read file, we have a const buffer fs dot read, fs create तो हुआ है, it will work, no issues. Let's give it the argument nodes dot json should be the file name. If it exists it will work, otherwise we are providing a callback function just in case it fails and all stuff. Error data, if error, throw error console.log data. So we can proceed, it will just work. We have method error data, this is an arrow function. You will be watching a lot of this anytime, maybe all the time. So what we will do if there is some error, means if that file does not exist, so we will simply return an array. So we'll return an empty array if we didn't find any file, because eventually it will create it in the other method. Else if we find the file, then we return that file as a JSON object. So we directly parse it, JSON dot parse data, because we are getting data already in the form of text file because we are reading it. So whatever data we get, we just parse it and return the JSON object to the place wherever this load nodes method is called. Now one more thing, in case of JavaScript and especially Node, what we need to do कि अगर हमें multiple files के बीच में कोई method access करना है, so we need to export it. How do we export it? Module dot exports, इसे हम एक object assign कर देते हैं with name value pairs. For example, if I want to export, I will give a name to be used outside with the method to be shared from inside. But in this case we won't actually need this one. Let's just keep some space for the upcoming functions to be used over here. Now if I say I want to add a node, what I will need to do is I need to get some data from it. For that I need to get data from command line, so I need to set up yargs first. So let's do that. Const yargs. We have already studied yargs, so there is no issue with it, I guess. Require yargs. Now we have yargs. We can start yargs.parse, and yargs.parse को हमेशा नीचे रखना, because otherwise it will not accept the following elements that you declare, like additional commands after the yargs.parse method. So we create some new commands. Yargs.command. I'm kind of confused that why it's not suggesting me, but anyways, I remember them, so no issues. Yargs.command, the command name should be add, and along with it I need to pass, first of all let's create it a little bit more readable. Yes, so command should be add. We can actually specify them directly one by one, but it's better to this kind of labeling. It helps later. What's the error? Expected. Okay, describe. Again getting into some kind of error. Q.
5 minutes later.
Understood. Again the same mistake. I need to make it an object. Now it works perfectly fine. Run again. Worked, so there is no error. We can use it. Now for to use this command, we need to first check if it is listed. Help. Yes, it is listed. We can use it, but there is no argument wala part. So let's create that. Title. Title ka type rahega, of course, string. Need to specify inside as a string also. Demand option. We need to demand this. So we need to set this demand option true, so that it won't work without it. And what's the title is? Type demand option description. Title of node. So we created an element title, which has description of title of node. It is required, so we kept demand option true. Type is string. We need another element called as body. Keep its type as string, and we need it for sure to add a node, so demand option becomes true. False would be like you can use the command without body, but that's not what we want. Keep it true. And what is the description for this one? Describe body of the node. So now we have it with body. Let's see if it is perfectly working or not. Just a demo. argv dot body. Okay, it is added to the list in the help section for the command. Let's try run it. Give it a body. Dummy text here. Yes, it's working. Let's check if we try to run this command without the required arguments. I'm just removing body. Missing required argument body. That's why we use yargs. This is really good one. We don't need to worry about that part too. We have a method handler for remove add function. What is the next thing to do? We made a create note API. We need a list one. So that's all for this one. I will see you in the next episode of Node.js Hands On. Till then, like, share, and subscribe. Stay tuned, and thanks for watching.